you and Jason were able to get off offensively. It's like defense was the emphasis, and they had two dynamic scores. How important was the defense in this game, just being able to kind of contain those two guys?
I think just putting pressure on them, I think it makes them tired on the other side. So just it's two sides of the ball. So, being able to apply pressure on both, you got to be at a certain level of shape to be able to do that. So, you want to put an emphasis on, attacking and being aggressive on both sides of the ball.
You go back-to-back for you guys. They were well rested. What kind of allowed you guys to get up for this? And then over the season, what's kind of allowed you guys to be very good in difficult situations?
I think just mindset and mentality. We talked about stuff like this. We had a guy out, important. We didn't play as well the last two games. It's a tough little stretch of our season. Last couple games before All-Star break, we wanted to make sure, tough road games, we come out and we find a way to win. And tonight was an example of that.
When you guard someone like Luka, obviously that's not the first time you've guarded the other team's best scorer, player, playmaker, whatever. I guess what's kind of the discussion like coming into the game? Like, is that something you actively ask for, or what's kind of the process there?
I think it's normalized now. I've been doing it all season, and I've been guarding the best players on pretty much every single team, night in and night out. So I think it's just normal at this point. But earlier in the season, I would ask for those matchups, and now it's kind of normalized.
The crossover on Luka, can you just take us through what happened there and how you kind of lost him there?
Just being aggressive. That's all it was. It's basketball. You get in between the lines, a lot of stuff happens. Credit to him for attempting to play some sort of defense. But it was just me being aggressive. That was it. And, you could be on the other side of that at any point. So, it was just a good play.
Did you notice they showed the replay on the Jumbotron?
Here?
Yeah.
No, I didn't notice that. That's crazy. Somebody need to get fired if they did that.
Their players were all mad about it.
That's crazy.
With Grant, it looked like he was being a little physical with you off the ball, sometimes when you weren't even close to the ball. How did you appreciate it, not appreciate it playing against him? You said he would have an annoying game.
Yeah, I anticipated that coming in. Grant was going to try to be Grant, you know what I mean? A couple plays. I think it was a little extra, but, it's all love. I know he's trying to help his team win. And he's been doing that a lot for them this season. So, that's kind of how he made a name for himself. And, I wish him the best as their season continues to go forward. And I'm sure they're going to need a little bit more of that. So I think Grant's just trying to get his team going. That's all it is.
Jaylen, you've been exceptional in the clutch, especially as of late. Is there something different that changes about you, or what is the mentality in those moments?
Just being aggressive, but also just trusting your eyes, trusting what you see, trusting your work, and stuff like that. That's it. I'm a firm believer in myself. I feel like I get better every single year, and I'm gonna continue to get better. Whatever criticism from whatever fans, your own fans, or whoever else fans, I really don't care. I'm gonna just continue to keep improving until I die.
You said that it takes a certain level of shape to be able to play both ends and get picked up full court, stuff like that. Obviously, you're doing that right now. Are you trying to make it kind of a battle of wills with some of the other stars in the league? Just, I can do it longer than you can. I'm going to be in your shirt the whole game, just kind of trying to wear guys down?
It's not so much about that. That is key as well, because I think, we kind of glorify guys who can play one side of the ball, but we don't really pay respect to people who guard and play defense and get deflections and steals and change the game in that area. We glorify the people who can score, because that's what the NBA has marketed. But basketball is both sides, and the purity of it is that as I'm trying to challenge myself to get better, I challenge myself to be the best that I can on both sides of the ball. And moments like this kind of prepares you for, I think, the long run, being able to pick up guys full court, being able to get in guys' jerseys for long durations of time, kind of builds endurance for, the playoffs and stuff like that. And I did a little bit of it last year in the playoffs, especially like in the Philly series, picking up James Harden full court. And, but now my body's in a different shape, so I plan on, building that so we can go to that and I can do that for long durations when I need to.
Do you think it's a lost art? Two-way players?
No, I think it's some great two-way players in this game. I don't think it's a lost art. I think it's some guys who take seriously and emphasize both sides of the ball. I just think it's not as emphasized. It's not as celebrated. It's not as recognized amongst everyday fans or casual fans. It's only about who got a bigger bag on offense or who's a better shot maker. That's kind of what we pay attention to in today's time. But guys who can do both, guys who can get stops and then go on the other end and do that, I think those guys, are far and few between. But it's not a lost art, but it is just emphasized different.
Kind of in that
Last
vein,
question.
after you did the crossover on Luka, you probably knew he was going to come right back at you, and he did. Could you take us through that possession too, what your mentality was, just trying to get that stop there?
Just being solid. I know, emotions going in the game, competitors going at it, make a play. Somebody else going to come down and try to make a play right back at you. So, I take on whatever challenge, and it's hard to do night in and night out. Tonight was a night where, we came out on top, but any other night it could be another direction. And that's just the humility you have to have in playing this sport, that when you step on the floor, you're trying to accept and meet every challenge. And I respect the people who do that, because sometimes you come out on top and sometimes you don't.
Presented by your New England Ford dealers. Built for America. Built Ford proud.